up, DramaAlert Nation? I'm your host, Killer Keepstar. Let's get right into the news! Oh my god, Jake Paul could actually beat KSI. Last night we saw Jake Paul versus the seven-figure Gibber, and Jake Paul demolished him. I mean, it was insane. Jake Paul looked like perfection. It was unbelievable. That's right. Last night, Jake Paul knocked down Gibbs 3 times in the very first round. And that was it. The referee said, nope, no more, no more. It is done and over. Jake Paul getting the first round knockout on Gibb. It was unreal. And of course, after the match, Jake Paul calls out KSI. The two of them get into an argument right in the middle of the ring. And it's happening. Jake Paul versus KSI. But before we get into that, first, I want to talk about everything that happened earlier in the night. Back on December 10th, I put out a guess that Jake Paul was working with NLE Choppa. Remember this tweet? And sure enough, right before the fight, Jake Paul posted this on the gram. My boy NLE Choppa performing tonight before the fight. Tune in. And well, I can't show you the footage because, you know, it's going to get copyright claimed and all that. But oh my god, this was the worst performance ever. Choppa just completely butchered all this. Choppa came into the ring, his mic wasn't working. I mean, it was just a horrible performance. I tweeted out that Jake Paul just permanently hurt NLE Choppa's career. That performance was so... Mr. Beast responded by saying, I'm still in pain from that. And then Jesse from Nelk responded by saying, I hope he took home a bag at least. Because what the F was that? Yeah, Choppa, it was bad. It was really bad. Don't work with the Pauls, bro. They'll set you up for failure. But anyhow, going into this fight, Gibb was the favorite. Everybody was saying Gibb was going to win. I put out a poll with 52,000 people voting, and 74% of you said Gibb would win this fight. But listen, when I put out my predictions for a fight, I don't put out who I support. I don't put out who I'm friends with. I put out my predictions as who I actually think's gonna win. And well, when I was in Australia, I tweeted, I hate that I'm tweeting this, but I'm predicting that Jake Paul will win the Jake Paul versus Gibb fight January 30th. However, with that being said, I will be supporting and rooting for Gibb. Now listen, when I make predictions on these YouTube fights, like I'm looking at all the data. I'm looking at their training camp videos. I'm looking at everything. And Jake looked just so good. And Gibb, I was not getting that vibe. And sure enough, Jake destroyed Gibb in this boxing match last night. Gibb responded after the match saying, well, boys, it didn't go as planned. Fair play to Jake Paul, who got the W yesterday. I learned a lot from this experience, including the camp. You lot don't understand how much I appreciate the support from the UK community. The loss is still fresh, but Big Gibber will be back soon. Now, here's the thing. I do want to give some credit to Big Gibber. The shots he took from Jake Paul should have put him on his back, and he took many of them. And he didn't, like, completely fall over. He stumbled, his knee took the ground here and there, and it counted as a knockout. But he should have been on his back. Big Gibber, strong kid. But listen, Jake Paul is a new animal in this ring. An absolute beast. It was like textbooks boxing. It was perfection. And hats off. I mean, I'm not actually going to take my hats off, but you know what I'm saying? So here's the thing. After the match, of course, Deji starts running his mouth, and this was just hilarious. Deji tweeted out, tonight, Gibb will take the W. And then he says, Gibb lost? No way. And then he says, let me fight Jake again. I promise I will finish him this time. Don't doubt me. I will finish him. Deji, come on, let's be real. A couple days ago, Deji tweeted out this saying his journey begins to lose weight. Look, okay, it is very clear that Jake Paul has worked incredibly hard. Jake Paul looked like a textbook boxer. I mean, he looked like a whole nother animal. I have not seen a YouTuber look this good in the ring ever. Jake Paul looked even better than KSI. So the fact that Deji is out here trying to get a rematch is laughable. Deji, you're gonna have to fight someone else to earn that fight with Jake Paul. But anyhow, Deji didn't stop there. He went on to his YouTube channel to campaign for this fight with Jake Paul. Deji uploaded a brand new video titled Make This Happen. And in the video, basically Deji says this. Roll it.
First of all, I know deep down in my heart I could have finished Jake. I know that for a fact. If I didn't get struck with the nerves, considering how I don't fight like that, if anybody knows me, they know I don't fight like that. It more annoyed me because I know I can finish Jake. I know I have the chance to finish Jake. But that's the thing. I know I can finish Jake. If I have a chance to finish him, I know I'll drop him. And I know I will. I have power and speed.
Yeah, Deji, I am not convinced. And then Deji goes on to say, for all you people saying that, you know, I can't do it, that just motivates me. Like, here's this clip, roll it.
I love it when people doubt me. People say you can't do this or you can't do that. Because it just makes me want to do it a lot more. So if people can doubt me, that's fine. That's perfectly fine.
Now, Deji, I find it so funny that you are saying this now, because when you fought Jake the first time, I predicted that you would lose. And then you uploaded this video calling me a snake because I just didn't think you'd win the fight. What the? I mean, obviously you weren't working hard enough. You weren't training hard enough. Everybody from your camp was like, yeah, this guy's not eating right. He's not training. He's not taking this serious. So based on this information, I thought there would be no way that you could beat Jake Paul. And sure enough, you didn't beat Jake Paul. And we just saw Jake Paul last night, who honestly had to put so much work and effort to get to the skill that he is right now. Deji, your work ethic is not even close to what Jake did. Like, Jake, from his first fight to last night, is so incredibly higher. It's clear that Jake is a workhorse and he's taking this very serious. And your history is you not taking this serious. So no. Look, Deji, if you want a Jake Paul fight, you're gonna have to fight someone else. Now, here's the thing. I think the person you should fight, Deji, to prove that you are going to work hard, you're going to train hard, and you're going to be at that same skill level as Jake Paul is Slim. Slim took out Fuzi. Slim is looking for his next fight. Look, Slim has a win. You have a loss. You have a little bit more clout than Slim, so I think it's a fair match. I tweeted out, look, Deji, you will not get another Jake Paul fight until you beat someone else. You have two options, Gib or Slim. Slim's good friend, Adam Sala, responding, first you got to get through Slim, honey boo-boo. Don't doubt him. So Slim is ready to fight you, Deji. Get through Slim, and then we'll start campaigning for a Jake Paul-Deji rematch. Right now, we gotta talk about KSI versus Jake Paul. Here is the thing. I've seen KSI in his prime. I've seen Jake Paul in his prime, and it could go either way. Jake Paul's skill, textbook boxing that he showed off last night, could easily, I believe, beat KSI. But KSI is very unpredictable. KSI is so mentally strong. It's something that we've never seen, and no one can compare to that head strength. KSI had pulled off miracles, and he might pull off a miracle with him versus Jake Paul. For any of you saying, oh, it's easy, this person will win, that person will win, I think you're lying. You got to be a fanboy of either Jake or KSI. Both of these gentlemen look like they're in their prime, but I will say this to KSI. You don't have to fight Jake Paul. You don't have to give him that title shot. You can hold this off for as long as you want, and the deal could be a 20-80 split where KSI gets 80% of the money because Jake Paul needs this. You don't need this, JJ. You don't have to give him a match. So hopefully you get a very, very good deal if this match happens. But speaking about KSI, last night at the fight, he was hanging out with Greg Paul. That's right, Logan Paul tweeted out, haters will say it's Photoshop, a picture of KSI and Greg Paul. And speaking about Greg Paul, Jesse from Nelk tweeted out this, saying, my dad says he wants to box someone. Who would be a solid matchup? I responded quickly by saying Greg Paul. Here is a picture of Jesse from Nelk's dad. Him versus Greg Paul? Can we see that on the undercard? I tell you what, I ship it. Guys, I gotta say this. Dude, on this vacation, I did a lot of work, but I realized what's important to me, and what's important to me is what I love, and what I love is this. I missed you so much. I'm so glad I'm back. Shout out to Nuda for covering for me. I think you did a good job, even though the fans got a little frustrated with you towards the end. I think you did all right. I am back, full-time, baby. We doing it big. DramaAlert is back. If you're new here and you want to keep up to date with all the news going on in the community, understand this. We're coming out with a big exposed video on J Station. I can't wait to get that out to you. So you want to subscribe with those notifications on. If you enjoyed the video, slap a like on it. DramaAlert Nation now over 5,400,000 subscribers.